What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling today? I'm back on deck, ready to discuss some intermittent fasting. I haven't talked about intermittent fasting in a little bit, so I was thinking about some mistakes people have been making when it comes to intermittent fasting. They've been talking to me about that. Even though I have a stat that responds to the emails, I don't really, I see a lot of them. So I want to get into my top 5 mistakes people make when they're intermittent fasting. Couple things. If y'all want exclusive updates, any recipes, anything like that nobody else gets, that I don't talk about on this platform, you can visit my website, intensityfitnessunited.com, and you can go ahead and register for that. Yesterday, it was Mrs In10sity's MACA pudding. That's down, it's gone. The one thing I've been getting questions on is the hair grain concoction. Everybody's been asking me questions on the hair grain concoction, so I'm probably going to put it in the email tomorrow for the hair grain concoction. As I know, I don't have any hair. I don't have any gray hair, so I don't know if it works, but this is what I've researched and people said it works, so I'll give it to y'all in the email. Just got to subscribe for the updates and Chrome alerts and all that stuff like that. Now, I want to get into my top five mistakes of intermittent fasting that everybody freaking does wrong. All right. First mistake. You can't do intermittent fasting just eating what you want to eat. You think that it's going to work for you, but something else is going on in your body. It's not going to work. Yes, you can get diabetes while doing intermittent fasting. Why? Because your body's using the food to regenerate its cells and is using your food for energy. And if you're giving your body cupcakes and pizza all damn day, just because you're doing a 20-hour fast and you're going to burn some of it off, your body's still using that food for energy and nutrition, nourishment. And if your body's nourishing itself with high cholesterol, with high sodium, with massive amounts of sugar, you're still going to get some sickness. You're still going to get things that people who don't do intermittent fasting to eat bad get. So if you think that eating bad, I mean, I know people on Instagram are really popular doing intermittent fasting, eating all kinds of ice cream and pizza and all that stuff, but listen, in the long run, it ain't gonna work for you. Don't try it. I'm telling you right now, I want to see them in 10 to 15 years, and we're gonna see what happens. Just gonna let y'all know. I'm just giving you a warning. I'm gonna let y'all know. All right, so there you go. Next mistake. Okay, you must know your macronutrients before jumping into intermittent fasting. Well, it's good if you have a particular goal. Now, if you're just doing intermittent fasting to lose weight or get healthy, you don't need to know your macronutrients. But if you have a particular goal, I think it's crucial that you get all your macronutrients in your fasted window. Many people will do intermittent fasting and still not eat enough, and you will still not get your macros in. You might eat too much, you may not eat enough, and you'll still get the same thing. Your body takes whatever you feed it in that window and uses it. And because you've been fasting for a long period of time, it will use more of it. So you got to realize, if you're eating a certain amount to get a certain goal, say you want to get cut, say you want to get trimmed, say you want to bulk up, you're going to have to eat as if you want to do these 3 things in order for you to get your goals. Just going to let y'all know that. So you got to have some kind of idea of what you need to be eating inside your window. Another mistake. This is going to be a quick video. Another mistake that you guys and gals do. You're worried about your fasted window. You're worried about your fed window over your fasted window. Let me help you understand what I'm talking about. So say if you're doing like a 16 to 8 window, something like that. 16 hours fasted, 8 hours eating, right? And you have went 9 hours and you're eating, and you're like, oh my God, I went over my 8 hours and all that stuff. Now I'm at 10 hours. Oh, your fed window is not as important as your fasted window. If your window stops to eat at 6, but today you pushed it to 8, that's okay. Just make sure your window fasted is still 16 hours. All right. Yes, it's going to mess up a little bit, but you'll be fine. So instead of doing it 6 to 10, now you're doing it 8 to 12, if you're understanding what I'm talking about. So you're kind of adjusting for your fasted window is more important than anything there is when it comes to intermittent fasting. Not the fed window, the fasted window. The longer you fast, the better your results are. Okay? Another one. You go into the gym and you're working out for too long. You're doing intermittent fasting and you're working out for 2 damn hours. Why are you in there that long? Your body's prime and ready to burn body fat and build muscle. You shouldn't be in the gym for more than an hour when you're doing intermittent fasting. Not more than an hour. You go in there, you go crazy, you go ham, you push your body like it's never been pushed before. In the beginning, you will get lightheaded, you will get tired, your body will adapt. Be patient. It's okay. Women will experience intermittent fasting a little bit tougher. They'll go through a little bit more trials than men because of the hormonal imbalances that occur in a woman's body when she's doing intermittent fasting. So a man can adapt a lot easier to intermittent fasting than a woman because her hormones are a lot different, especially if that woman's on her period. If she's on her period, she shouldn't start intermittent fasting until she's off her period. Just so y'all know, because your hormones are already out of whack and you're about to throw them off a little bit more. So you women who are starting intermittent fasting, do not start intermittent fasting until you're off your period. And stay on it. Another one. I might give y'all more than 5 because it's just popping in my head as I'm talking. Another one. If you think that you can do intermittent fasting 3 days a week and it's going to work like it works for other people, you're sorely mistaken. You can do intermittent fasting 6 days a week and do one 24-hour fast. That is the best way to do intermittent fasting and get your goals. If you're doing it for 3 days a week, it ain't gonna work that way. If you're doing it for 4 days a week, it ain't gonna work that way. If you're gonna go in, go in. Go all or nothing when it comes to intermittent fasting. And go through the 5 days of hell you're gonna go through as your body's adjusting, as you're getting lightheaded, as you're getting hungry, as you're getting hunger pains, as you're getting hangry, all of that stuff. Go through it. Don't bitch out. Go through it. Don't trip. All right? You'll be just fine. Last one. Everybody thinks, well, not everybody, but many people think they cannot do intermittent fasting. It is not for them. Wrong. Intermittent fasting is for everybody, but everybody is not for intermittent fasting. And of course, if you have some kind of a condition, such as you're on medication, such as you have all kinds of other stuff, of course, it may be a little bit more risky for you to do intermittent fasting. Of course. But I didn't tell you to get on medication. Your body's not made for medication. I didn't tell you to destroy your body all these years. It may take a little bit longer to adapt. And maybe you don't want to do intermittent fasting. Maybe you could do ketosis. But also, that is not something that's meant for the long haul anyway. Not for me, at least. I don't want to eat fat all day, but that's just me when it comes down to it. So everybody thinks that they can't do it. Everybody's body is made for it. I don't care what you say. Everybody's body is made for it. The problem is, everybody's body has been destroyed. A lot of people's body has been destroyed to the point where their body will reject it, to the point where you could probably hurt yourself in the long run. If you're on medication, if you have all kinds of ailments and issues going on, these are things your body was not meant to have. You just have done this to your body for so many years that you're not able to do it successfully for long periods of time because of how unsafe you've made your body. That's pretty much when it comes down to it. Medication has made your body dependent. What you have to eat throughout the day. If you don't eat throughout the day, something can happen to you. I'm not an expert on medication. I'm an expert on not medication. You know what I'm saying? But I understand people who are on medication, they can't do it. I understand that. I'm not going to act like I'm blind. I know, I understand. So when it comes down to it, you do what you want to do. Also, I've been getting a lot of questions on consultations. I do want to talk to everybody, but I have canceled all my consultations until the end of November. The reason why is because people have been taking advantage of consultations. I've been trying to be nice and give my consultations away for free, but people have been taking advantage of those consultations, and a few people will spoil the batch for everybody. So if anybody wants to do a consultation before November 30th when I start again, you can email to the website and tell me exactly what's going on, and I'll decide whether I feel like I want to do a consultation or not. When it comes down to it, people have been taking advantage, scheduling consultations, not even showing up to the consultation, not being there, and people that really want to, talk, that really have some issues, people take advantage of that stuff. So I said, forget them all for about 45 days. I'm stopping it because I got other things to do than to sit here and call you and you're not available to talk, or you just forget about the consultation, or you ask me like you schedule them over and over and over again. Like my goal in life is to talk to you and without you researching. After about 2 consultations, like I'm like, okay, this is enough. It's not people have been scheduling like 6 and 7 consultations with me, and I just won't do them after a certain amount. I'm like, well, you didn't call me. Like, I know I didn't, because you're scheduling like number 6, and I'm like, come on now. But what you miss, Yum Yum, let me not digress, but that's why, you know what I mean? When it comes down to it. But when it comes down to it, I did some intermittent fasting top 5 mistakes people were doing. If you want to be successful in intermittent fasting, you must stay consistent with intermittent fasting. You must understand why you're doing it. You must have a certain knowledge of intermittent fasting. If you need to get on a program, I can obviously do that for you. Or, you know, you can watch some of my previous videos about intermittent fasting. If you want to burn body fat, the fastest way, I believe intermittent fasting works for if you want to burn body fat. If you want to put muscle on, lean muscle on, I believe intermittent fasting is the best way. I have done a 48-hour fast, 72-hour fast. Yes, I've done those. If you do a 72-hour water fast, it's the fastest way to reset your immune system. So if y'all looking to reset your immune system, obviously the temperature is changing on the East Coast. The weather is shifting. People are probably going to get sick. If you want to build your immunity up, a 3-day fast is probably best for you, because it's the fastest way to heal your digestion. Intermittent fasting is great for everybody. It increases your neural activity inside of your brain. If you're taking supplements like Makuna and Haritaki, yes, you can take these while you're fasted. It will heighten all your results. It will heighten your level of brain activity. These things, when it comes down to it, they're pumping all kinds of stuff in the air. They're pumping all kinds of stuff in the food. They're pumping all kinds of stuff in the water. And I believe that the reason why these things don't happen to me like they happen to everybody else is because I do intermittent fasting every day. And if I don't do intermittent fasting now, I feel weird. My body doesn't like it. My body doesn't adjust to it well. Eating throughout the day. Breakfast only means break fast. So whenever you have breakfast, whether it's 10 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock p.m. in the evening, you know, and it is what it is. But as the weather's changing, temperature's changing, it's getting darker a lot sooner. Obviously, they do that because they want to, you know, push energy that for depression. Obviously, I mean, it will make more sense to me if you want to change the time to do summertime, nighttime earlier, and wintertime, daytime longer. That would make sense to me if you want to make people feel a lot more positive. But when you make it cold and gloomy and darker later, it's like you're pushing the vibrational energy to be lower so you can feed off of that energy. That's why I feel like the time changes for, you know, because it would make sense if you reversed it. I would like to be outside darker to enjoy the temperature in the summertime a little earlier. So it's getting dark around like 6 when it comes down to it. And in the summertime would be great if it got dark at 6, but in the wintertime it sucks when it comes down to it. I thought you didn't like that, and you thought I didn't like what in the diet? I'm not understanding. Intermittent fasting is not a diet, it's also a lifestyle. So if you are doing intermittent fasting like it's a diet, you're thinking about it wrong. Intermittent fasting is a lifestyle. You can try to make it a diet if you want to, but it won't work because your body needs time to adjust. Your body needs time to adapt. Your body needs time to heal. Do you realize that the most cellular regeneration will occur when you're doing intermittent fasting, because your cells have time to regenerate themselves while you're doing intermittent fasting? If you're drinking water, which I am because I'm still fasted at 1 o'clock p.m. while I'm doing intermittent. I just left the gym as well about 12. So now I'm about to break my fast probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock. And then I'm going to eat until about 6, and I'm calling it a day. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, if anybody has questions about anything they have going on, you can just email and let me know what's going on. But I'm not doing no consultations until the end of November. When it comes down to it, people took advantage, and I was trying to give it out for free. When it comes down to it, I've been doing that for the whole time. But you know, I guess people take advantage and mess it up for everybody. But I hope y'all learned something from this video. I hope that, you know, you are doing intermittent fasting right. I hope that, you know, If you don't know your macronutrients, you'll find somebody that does your macronutrients, or let me do your macronutrients. Either way, I think that everybody should know their macronutrients, and to the point where they don't need to know they don't need to track them anymore. They just know them by hand, so you know what to eat. You kind of got a feel on what you're eating. 3 things. If you're an ectomorph, somebody who, obviously doesn't gain weight easily, if you want to gain weight, you must eat in a surplus. So if you're doing intermittent fasting as an ectomorph, in the beginning, it's going to be hard to consume, or difficult, challenging to consume. I haven't figured that out yet, yum. But if you're an ectomorph, it's going to be difficult in the beginning to consume all the macronutrients that you need in order to hit your goals. But you're going to have to stuff your face. If you want to gain weight, you got to eat in a surplus. If you're an endomorph, somebody who actually holds on to weight a lot easier, you're going to have to lower those carbs and increase that cardio. Okay, that's what you're going to have to do. Lower carbs, increase cardio. And if you're a mesomorph, you're going to have to do more cardio, and you're going to have to eat a little bit less. That pretty much is how you're going to hit your goals. All right. So, and everything's different based off your height, weight, age, activity level, all that stuff, energy expenditure, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, what happened to the video for the maca pudding recipe? There wasn't a video for maca pudding. There was an email that we sent out yesterday for maca pudding recipe that was available for like 8 hours, and then it goes down. So that's how you get the exclusivity, because if you subscribe to my website, you'll be getting all the exclusive stuff. Like you'll be getting things that nobody else get, like the maca pudding or the maca protein energy balls, all that stuff. So just go to my website. You can subscribe for all the alerts, and you can get all the emails, the deals, because we always got a deal going on. But I don't obviously promote that on here because it's exclusive. So like we got deals going on. We just actually launched a deal today, as far as spending a certain amount, you get this, you get that. We're giving away free maca in our deals if you spend a certain amount, free t-shirts, free cookbooks, all that stuff. All you gotta do is subscribe to the website, and we hook you up. All right. So I mean, when it comes down to it, I hope y'all learned something today. If anybody needs to hit me up. If you want to call the order number, I don't pick up that phone no more. I tried the other day, and somebody got mad that I wouldn't do a consultation on the phone with them, talking about, I know more than you, but you called me for advice. But anyway, I was being positive with that anyway. But yeah, somebody will pick up the phone up and take your order. But remember, that's only the order number. You can't like just call them like, yo, I speak to Coach Reg. It doesn't work like that. There's a chain of command. Try to build structure. Got to build structure in your company. But when it comes down to it, anybody needs anything, just go ahead and ask a question. We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible through the contact section in the website. But besides that, I hope everybody enjoys their day. Hope everybody stays healthy and puts nutrition over everything. Besides that, I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.